So what would be your first thing that you have learned?
So I got into marriage actually thinking marriage is a partnership. Marriage is an equal partnership.
50-50.
Equality and division of work. And
No, when you say partnership, you thought it's 50-50 partnership.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Boy, was I so wrong.
Why is that?
See, basically marriage is about bolstering each other, okay? We have our strengths and we have our weakness, and God has designed it in such a way that we complement each other, right? So there are certain areas where I cannot give my 50, 80 exactly. or 90%. I may even just probably give 0.1%, and you have contributed a lot in that. There are many areas the same in which I can do very well, and I expect you to perform equally well, right? Because I thought, okay, we're together, we have to. I definitely feel, we're good in different ways, but I thought in marriage we need to try and be equal to the other person, or at least try to improve ourselves. But marriage is not that, okay? Marriage is strengthening the other person when the other person is weak, and you yourself, when you're weak, humble enough to learn and get support from the other person. True. So it's actually being 100% of what you're strong at, and also being 100% open to the other person's support and strength for you.
Yeah, that's well said. Because one of the examples that I always find in our marriage is, like, I am pretty good with people, like social networking, anything outside of home, I'm generally very good. Yes. But Shasta is very good inside of home economics, cleanliness, how to make sure that we don't waste food, how home economics is taken care of. So those are areas where I allow Shasta to lead, but in other areas Shasta naturally lets me lead. But at the same time, even when we are doing work, like for example, I am very, very good with networking. Like I might call 10-15 people with ease in a day. But for Shasta to talk even to one person in a day is difficult over the phone. So I can't tell Shasta, no, I have called 7 people today, you have to call 7 people, and that's how it's going to work in marriage, 50-50. It doesn't work, right? Because I'm trying to, push you out of a comfort zone and something you're not used to and you're not good at. So I might as well do it in an efficient way rather than pushing Shasta, especially in an area where she's not comfortable and she might not be that efficient also. And, vice versa. So as Shasta said, I feel marriage is something where we complement each other, where she helps me in the areas where I'm weak and I help her in the areas that she's weak. So it's not a 50-50 partnership.
I agree to that, JD. It's just that sometimes I think the reason where we have friction in this area is because I'm expecting 50-50, but there's also nothing wrong in your partner giving their 10% or 20%, right?
Yeah.
Because it is hard otherwise. This journey is going to be hard if we're going to be only focused on our strength and strengthen the other, but try to at least slowly develop some sort of interest in areas that we are weak, because that is what the other person will appreciate. That is something I would definitely appreciate from you personally.
And one more, caveat to that particular point is we have, both of us have lived in a certain way for more than 30 years. For example, I've never changed my slipper, whether I'm inside the house, inside the bathroom, or outside the house. Now, for Shasta, that is something important. So as she rightly said, I cannot say, no, this is how I have been, this is outside of my comfort zone, I'm not going to do that. At the same time, Shasta also cannot expect that change overnight or, within a matter of
2 years.
2 years.
I can't expect it in 2 years.
So somewhere we meet at the middle point where she compromises her standard of expectation, and where I try to come out of my comfort zone and meet her where she's okay, kind of tolerating my behavior to a certain extent until I reach the point of perfection or her expectation.
Exactly.